Well, I'll tell you what my favorite Jerry Tillery moment was.
Let's hear it.
Right before the half, when the first time we played the Raiders this season.
Oh, yeah.
You strip sacked Derek Carr, and you set me up for a 45-yard field goal.
Crushed it.
Banged it, went into halftime.
Through the damn pipes.
And I said, thanks, Jerry.
It is up and right through the uprights.
So welcome back to another episode of Takeout, brought to you by Southern California BMW. This week, we got Jerry Tillery, defensive tackle, University of Notre Dame. He's in his second year. He's got a lot of promise. You know, aside from the guy you see on TV getting sacks and being a bully to offensive linemen, this guy's actually got quite the soft side to him. I'm excited to see what this guy's gonna bring. Plus, I know him off the field pretty well. All right, what's up, Jerry?
Badge, you brought me lunch. You're far too kind, shall we?
So we got sushi on fire.
Huntington Beach, great spot.
Huntington Beach.
Shout out.
You want some chopsticks?
Yes, please.
Take this. So we got sushi on fire. Jerry, I know you are high on sushi, and that's why we decided to pick this type of food. I know you're,
Right, sushi, yes.
You're kind of a fancier guy. So the only Japanese I truly know is konnichiwa.
That's where you gotta start.
That's all I got. I hear you know the Japanese language pretty well.
Yes. Well, I did.
Well,
rather.
can you speak it?
Yeah, a little bit. So when I was in college, I studied Japanese for three years.
Okay.
And I spent a summer in Japan, studying Japanese language and culture.
So you don't even really practice it anymore?
I don't. I should, though.
But if you heard someone speaking it, you pick up cues and what stuff.
Of course. So the Japanese sound system is pretty simple, right? It's like a lot of like consonant vowel sounds, like ko, ni, chi, wa, konnichiwa,
Okay, yeah.
right? So it makes sense to the English ear.
So you've been Japan. Where else around the world have you been?
I've done a good amount of traveling. When I went to Notre Dame was really when I developed this passion for different cultures and experiences.
Was it meeting different people? Was it?
Yeah, and my freshman year there was an opportunity to study abroad in South Africa.
You were able to study abroad while playing football.
Yeah.
So that just kind of opened your mind up to see what other cultures see and in different lights.
Exactly. Couldn't have said it better myself.
You brought up Notre Dame, so I kind of want to jump into that. Mm-hmm. Now, obviously I went to Miami, Catholics versus Convicts.
It's too bad.
First question I want to bring up is, do you remember 2017 down in Hard Rock Stadium versus the Miami Hurricanes?
Michael Badgley often doesn't allow opposing returners a chance to take it back. This will be fun. The Canes and the Irish, just like old times.
I think you guys were ranked number 3 in the country. It was game day.
All right, get to your point.
But I can't remember. Do you remember the final score of that game?
Catholics versus Convicts? No. Convincing dominance from the orange and green.
I don't.
You don't?
No, I'm sure you do, though.
I remember halftime. It was 27-0 at halftime.
Okay.
And then I think the final score was, what, 41-8? That sound right?
That's weirdly specific, Badge.
Yeah. I think that was the final score. With Notre Dame.
Uh-huh.
How many guys do we actually have from Notre Dame?
I think it's 5 now.
Now from, obviously this organization's high on guys from Notre Dame because of, not only their football IQ.
Stand-up guys, though,
Yeah. How easy was that after you got drafted in the first round, kind of coming here and knowing you already had so many, former teammates or, guys that played at Notre Dame?
Oh, super valuable to be, put in a new environment and to have someone with whom you've shared similar experiences with is I think it's a huge advantage.
Who's your favorite Notre Dame teammate if you had to pick one on the
It's got to be Isaac because he and I played the same position. He and I went to school together.
Listen,
we play together now.
Just so all these guys listening, Drew, Alohi.
You're doing that, Badge?
Yeah, I'm doing that. This man just picked out his favorite Notre Dame player on the Chargers. So Christmas is here, and I know the O-line and D-line always do a good job of getting gifts.
We have a Secret Santa set up.
Are you going to tell us who you got? You can tell us. They're not going to see this.
Joey Bosa.
You got
I got
Joey
Bosa, yes.
Wow.
And if anyone knows anything about Joey, he is He's a tough one to shop for.
Well, he's a gamer through and through.
Of the fastest solid state drives you can have.
Anything Joey wants, Joey gets, right?
Yeah.
So you don't really know what he even needs or wants. Can you give me some suggestions?
Well,
Like,
he's
you
a
know
gamer.
Joey.
He's a gamer. If you get him anything video games or nerd-like, if you maybe got him a comic book, I think he'd go nuts.
There's a certain minimum, right? And I think a comic book would be well under.
Depends how vintage it is, to be honest. So.
Good point.
Appreciate you coming on.
Of course. Thank
This
you.
has been awesome.
Yeah, thanks for the food.
Shout out
Sushi
again,
on Fire.
Sushi on Fire in Huntington Beach on Main Street. Jerry, konnichiwa. That means hello.
Yeah.